What if you understood that manifestation is not effort, not waiting, and not external? It is a precise alignment of attention, embodied state, and action that your nervous system and energy field recognize instantly. Right now, your mind is capable of scanning probabilities, your body can calibrate coherence, and your field can collapse potential into measurable reality. In this session, you will receive a direct, high-frequency transmission designed to rewire neural patterns, elevate vibrational states, and accelerate conscious creation. Each principle we explore, 10 in total, targets your cognition, your energy, and your capacity to act with certainty, producing results you can measure, feel, and sustain. If you are committed to stepping into your next level of consciousness and mastery, subscribe now, because this is not passive learning. This is a protocol for transformation. Engage fully, sense deeply, and prepare to experience the clarity, power, and alignment that comes when your mind, body, and field operate as one coherent system. Thesis: quantum simplicity. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a breath and feel this truth land in your body. Quantum manifestation is far simpler than the mind wants to make it. The complexity you've been taught, the endless rituals, the books stacked high with techniques and affirmations and steps, that was never the essence of this work. The quantum doesn't need complexity. It thrives on clarity. Nikola Tesla once said, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." That's exactly what we're doing here. Removing all the mental clutter and distilling manifestation to a single elegant sequence that your nervous system can trust. This is not philosophy. This is science woven with spirit. A precise formula for shifting your field in real time. I've spent years in this space, studying neuroscience, epigenetics, quantum physics, and walking people through radical transformation, and I've come to see that all manifestation can be reduced to 3 words: observe, embody. When your attention, your body, and a tiny action line up, you create coherence, and coherence is the gateway to the quantum. So let's slow down together and feel this. Observation is the first doorway, and it is more powerful than you may realize. In neuroscience, we know that what you place your attention on expands in your neural networks. Neurons that fire together wire together. The simple act of observing without judgment, without rushing to fix, activates your prefrontal cortex and disengages the autopilot loops of the brain. It's what Carl Jung meant when he said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." Observation pulls the unconscious into the light, and in that moment, choice becomes available. In quantum mechanics, the observer effect tells us that particles exist in potential states until observed, and observation collapses them into reality. This is not a metaphor, it's physics, and your mind is participating in this field every moment. The first act of manifestation is not to force reality, but to witness it with precision, to hold your awareness like a beam of light. And here's the key: do it slowly, breathe, let your gaze soften as you notice your thoughts, your posture, your sensation. This is not thinking about observation, this is becoming the observer itself, stepping back and letting reality reveal itself through you. As you do this, your nervous system calms, your energy begins to settle, and you become a clear mirror for the quantum field to reflect upon. From observation, we move to embodiment. Embodiment is where thought becomes vibration. Most people try to manifest from the head, thinking their way into a new life, but the body is the true broadcasting station. Bruce Lipton's research in epigenetics shows us that your perception, your beliefs, literally tune your biology. Your cells are eavesdropping on every thought you have. Joe Dispenza puts it beautifully. Your personality creates your personal reality. Your personality is not just your thoughts. It's your emotional state, your posture, your breath, your energetic baseline. To embody is to choose the frequency of the future now. To let your body feel what your mind desires as though it's already true. This is not imagination for imagination's sake. It's a neurological rehearsal. When you rehearse a new emotional state, your brain doesn't know the difference between the imagined and the real. It fires and wires new connections as though it's already happening. In that moment you become magnetic. This is how vibrational frequency works, not as an abstract mystical idea, but as a measurable shift in heart-brain coherence. Studies by the HeartMath Institute have shown that emotions like gratitude and love create a harmonious rhythm in the heart, which in turn regulates the brain and nervous system, creating a field that influences not only your own physiology but also the people and situations around you. Embodiment is where you choose to feel the energy of the outcome you want, not tomorrow, not someday, but right now. Feel your spine lengthen, as if success already lives there. Let your breath slow as if safety is already yours. Smile as if abundance has already arrived. These aren't just feel-good exercises. They are vibrational codes that rewrite your field in real time. And then action. This is where so many people stop short, because they are waiting for the perfect sign, the perfect download, the perfect moment of divine timing. But manifestation is not passive. It's an interplay between intention and movement. Quantum mechanics shows us that probability fields collapse into particles through interaction, not by thought alone. When you take even the smallest action from a place of embodiment, you send a signal to the field. I am ready. That action doesn't have to be big. It can be as simple as a single phone call, an email, a conversation, a journal entry. In neuroscience, we know that action creates momentum in the dopaminergic system, rewarding you with a sense of accomplishment and reinforcing the behavior loop. It's like a cosmic handshake. Your body moves, your energy confirms, and reality responds. Think of it like walking across a bridge made of mist. The moment you step forward, the next stone appears. You cannot wait for the bridge to appear in full before you take a step. It only materializes through movement. This is the simplicity of quantum manifestation. Observe, embody, act. Not 50 steps, not hours of rituals, not waiting for external confirmation. Your awareness is the initiator, your body is the transmitter, and your action is the lock-in signal. When these three elements align, the field reorganizes itself around your new frequency. And I've seen this happen countless times, not because I am special, but because this is how reality works. The quantum field is not random chaos. It's an intelligent, responsive sea of potential, waiting for coherence to give it form. And coherence comes from simplicity. Einstein said, everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. That's what we're doing here, cutting through the noise to the essence of creation. So here's your practice right now as you watch this. Pause and observe. Notice your breathing, your shoulders, your thoughts. Just witness without judgment. Feel yourself become the observer. Now choose one feeling you want to embody. Maybe peace, joy, abundance. Close your eyes and breathe that feeling into your body. Imagine it filling your chest, your arms, your spine, until your whole body hums with that frequency. Hold it for a few breaths, and now take one small action, before this day ends, that aligns with that feeling. It could be as simple as speaking a truth you've been holding back, sending a message you've been afraid to send, or placing a hand over your heart and affirming out loud, I am ready. That is all. Embody. Act. You don't need more steps, you need more alignment. The simplicity of this sequence is its power. When your awareness is sharp, your body is coherent, and your actions are congruent, you become a tuning fork for reality. You don't have to chase opportunities. They begin to recognize your frequency and gravitate toward you. You don't have to force outcomes. They crystallize in response to your vibration. Manifestation becomes natural, almost effortless, because you're no longer scattered between thoughts, emotions, and actions. You are one unified field, and that unity is magnetic. I invite you to test this today. Not as a theory, but as an experiment. Right after this video, give yourself 5 minutes. Sit still. Observe without judgment. Embody the emotion of the reality you desire. And then take one tiny action aligned with that state. Log it. Repeat it tomorrow. Let your life become a laboratory for coherence. Because manifestation isn't magic. It's mastery of attention, energy, and movement. The quantum field is listening, and it responds to clarity. If you can hold that clarity for even a few minutes a day, your entire trajectory will begin to shift. You are a powerful creator, and your power is not hidden in some distant mystery. It's here, now, in the simplicity of this breath, this choice, this step. Feel it, own it, live it, observe, embody, act, and watch reality reorganize around you. Science and spirit sync. Let's drop into this moment together. Feel your breath slowing, your awareness sharpening, your presence deepening into the here and now. What I'm about to share is not theory, it's a living code, a synthesis of science and spirit designed to recalibrate your entire understanding of manifestation. So many people approach manifestation as a mystical wish list, a dreamy exercise in hoping that reality bends to their desire. But when you understand the mechanics behind this, when you see how your attention interacts with your biology and the quantum field, it stops being abstract and becomes tangible. Reality is not something that just happens to you. It is a mirror responding to your inner alignment. When you truly grasp this, manifestation ceases to be a game of luck or chance. It becomes a precise, repeatable art. I want you to imagine your brain for a moment, not as a static organ, but as a dynamic symphony of electrical impulses and chemical signals, billions of neurons forming and reforming networks in every second. Neuroscience calls this neuroplasticity, the brain's innate ability to rewire itself based on what you focus on repeatedly. The old saying, neurons that fire together wire together, isn't just a poetic phrase, it's the foundation of how your thoughts sculpt your reality. Every moment of focused attention is like a sculptor's chisel carving grooves into your brain, and those grooves become your default patterns of thought, emotion, and action. If you've ever felt stuck in repeating cycles of behavior, it's not because you're flawed or unlucky. It's because your brain has become efficient at running those cycles. The beautiful truth is this: the same mechanism that wired those old patterns can create entirely new ones. This is where the connection between science and spirit becomes undeniable. In quantum physics, the observer effect shows us that the act of observation influences the outcome of experiments. Particles behave differently when observed, collapsing waves of infinite potential into measurable events. You as a conscious being are not just observing reality, you are participating in shaping it. Your attention isn't passive, it is a creative force. Think about that for a moment. Every time you focus on something, you're sending a signal through your neural circuits, strengthening certain connections while weakening others, and simultaneously broadcasting an energetic pattern into the field around you. This is why your inner world and outer world are so intimately connected. They're not two separate realms, they're part of one seamless reality. Your biology and the quantum field are in constant conversation, and attention is the language they speak. Here's where it gets even more fascinating. Neuroscience tells us that when you pair focused attention with an emotional state of safety, love, or inspiration, your brain becomes more receptive to rewiring. This is long-term potentiation, the process by which repeated signals between neurons strengthen their connection, making it easier and faster for those pathways to fire in the future. When you feel grounded and safe, your nervous system shifts out of fight or flight mode. Your prefrontal cortex, the executive center of the brain, becomes more active, and your capacity to learn, adapt, and create expands dramatically. This is why spiritual practices that create calm and centeredness, like meditation, breathwork, or heart-focused breathing, are not just mystical rituals. They are biological strategies to prepare your brain for transformation. When you enter a state of emotional coherence, your entire field begins to harmonize. You are no longer broadcasting scattered frequencies of fear and desire. You become a singular signal, and the quantum field responds to coherence like a tuning fork to resonance. Einstein once said, "The field is the sole governing agency of the particle." This quote has guided my work for years, because it reveals a profound truth. What you see as matter, the tangible reality you can touch and measure, is organized and shaped by the invisible energy field around it. You are not a powerless observer of a fixed world. You are an electromagnetic being in constant dialogue with a field of infinite potential. Your thoughts, your emotions, your embodied states, are not confined to your skull and skin. They radiate outwards, influencing how life organizes around you. And yet, for this truth to become practical, it must be simplified. Complexity overwhelms the brain, but simplicity creates mastery. So let's distill this. Focused attention sculpts your neural pathways, and feeling rooted accelerates that sculpting. It is this combination, clear focus and embodied safety, that becomes the gateway to manifestation. You don't have to work harder at manifestation. You have to become more precise with where your attention goes, and more intentional about the emotional frequency you hold. Now let's make this practical. I invite you right now to choose one intention. Something simple yet meaningful. A state of being you'd like to cultivate. An opportunity you'd like to invite. Or a pattern you'd like to change. Close your eyes and for a few moments, bring your attention to that intention with full focus. Let go of all the noise around it. See it clearly. Notice what sensations arise in your body as you hold this vision. If you feel tension or doubt, breathe into it. Soften your shoulders, and let your nervous system settle. This is the key. Manifestation doesn't happen from a frantic or desperate mind. It happens from a body that feels safe enough to believe the vision is possible. With every deep breath, you are sending a signal to your brain and your body that this new possibility is not a threat, but a reality you can welcome. The more you pair this clear focus with a state of relaxation and openness, the faster your brain rewires and your field aligns. What you're doing in this practice is training your brain to fire new neural patterns while simultaneously shifting your electromagnetic field to match them. Think of it as tuning a radio. If you're on the wrong frequency, you can't hear the song, no matter how much you want it. But the moment you tune to the correct station, the music comes through effortlessly. Your attention is the tuning dial, your emotions are the amplifier, and your actions are the speakers through which the music of your reality plays. Each time you consciously choose to focus your mind and settle your body, you're adjusting your dial closer to the reality you desire. The more you repeat this, the clearer and stronger your signal becomes. You may have been taught that manifestation is about pushing or forcing reality to bend to your will, but that is the slowest and least effective path. The quantum field doesn't respond to force, it responds to coherence. It is coherence that makes manifestation seem like magic, when in truth, it's simply how reality works. Imagine a laser beam. It is made of the same light particles as a flashlight, but because its photons are aligned and coherent, a laser can cut through steel while a flashlight barely illuminates a dark room. Your energy is the same way. Scattered attention and ungrounded emotions create a dim, unfocused signal. Focused attention paired with embodied calm creates a laser-like precision that reorganizes matter around you. This is why a few moments of daily practice done with precision and intention can change your life more than hours of unfocused effort. Feel this truth in your body. You are both the sculptor and the clay. Your brain is not fixed. Your patterns are not destiny. Every time you pause, focus, and embody a new emotional state, you're literally changing your biology and sending a new signal into the field. You don't need years of struggle to rewrite your story. Your brain rewires fastest in states of presence and safety. This is why the simplest practices often feel the most profound. They bypass the noise of the conscious mind and go straight to the operating system. Right now, as you're listening, your neurons are firing in response to my words. Your body is adjusting its frequency, and your field is synchronizing with this message. You are experiencing transformation not as an idea but as a living process. So here's my invitation. Choose one word, one image, or one feeling that represents the future you want to create, and hold it gently in your mind. Breathe into it, not with force but with curiosity. As if you're tending a seed, feel your body settle as if that reality is already unfolding. Do this for just 2 minutes a day, and watch how your inner landscape begins to shift. That shift is not symbolic, it's neurological, energetic, and quantum all at once. You are not trying to manifest. You are becoming the frequency of what you desire. When you embody this truth, reality has no choice but to rearrange itself around you. Practice A. The quantum reset. Take this moment with me right now, wherever you are, to enter a deeper state of alignment than you've felt all day. Straighten your spine, place your feet flat on the floor, and simply notice the ground beneath you. Gravity is holding you without effort, and in this stillness, we are going to shift your nervous system in under 2 minutes. I call this the quantum reset, because it's more than a relaxation exercise. It's a neurological reprogramming technique, designed to bring you into a baseline of coherence, a place where your mind, body, and energy fields synchronize. This is the foundation of all manifestation work, because you cannot create from chaos. You create from order, from a body that feels safe, a mind that is clear, and a field that is resonant. This reset will become your anchor, a predictable sequence that teaches your nervous system how to move from stress to presence with a single cue, training your body to associate a simple act with calm, balance, and power. Close your eyes gently and breathe in through your nose for a slow count of 4, feeling your ribs expand as your chest lifts slightly. Hold that breath for a count of 4, letting your mind rest on the stillness between breaths. Exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 4, emptying every bit of air. Pause for another count of 4 before inhaling again. This is the first cycle. You'll repeat it 2 more times. 4 in, 4 hold, 4 out. Move with the rhythm, not forcing but allowing your breath to lead your nervous system into coherence. Your heart rate is already beginning to slow. Your vagus nerve is signaling safety to every cell, and your brainwaves are softening from beta alertness toward alpha calm. You are not just breathing, you are rewiring. As you settle into this pattern, feel your awareness drop from your mind into your body. With every inhale, imagine drawing light up through your spine, and with every exhale, imagine releasing tension down into the earth. Your breath becomes a bridge between heaven and earth, between potential and embodiment. This simple breath pattern is a neurological key. By holding the breath briefly, you activate your parasympathetic nervous system, sending a signal that you are safe, present, and in control. Safety is the secret door to creation, because your subconscious mind will not allow you to manifest a future that feels unsafe. By practicing this daily, you're not just calming yourself in the moment, you're conditioning your body to feel safe in expansion, safe in possibility, safe in receiving what you desire. Now place your right palm gently over your heart and feel its steady rhythm. Whisper softly, "I feel calm," even if you don't feel it fully yet. Speak it as a command to your nervous system. Your words carry power. They're electrical impulses that travel from your brain to your body, reshaping the signals you send through your system. Feel the warmth of your hand against your chest, the rise and fall of your breath beneath it, and let yourself settle deeper into this stillness. In neuroscience, this is called creating a state cue, a consistent, repeatable trigger that signals your body to enter a desired state. Every time you repeat this breath and gesture sequence, you're strengthening a neural pathway that links physical action to emotional regulation. Over time, this becomes automatic. Just like Pavlov's dogs learn to salivate at the sound of a bell, your body will learn to relax, focus, and expand every time you sit tall. Breathe in this rhythm, and place your hand over your heart. This is habit formation at the level of your nervous system. But unlike mindless habits, this one is conscious, deliberate, and deeply empowering. You're building an anchor for transformation, a neurological switch that will allow you to shift states on command. This is essential for manifestation, because your energy field is always broadcasting the frequency of your current emotional state. If you are scattered, anxious, or reactive, that frequency is what the quantum field responds to. But when you enter coherence, when your breath, heart, and mind move in harmony, you become a magnet for aligned opportunities, insights, and synchronicities. Let's pause and feel that now. You may notice your shoulders softening, your jaw releasing, your heartbeat steadying. Even your thoughts have likely slowed. This isn't imagination, it's biology. Studies from HeartMath show that this kind of heart-focused breathing creates heart-brain coherence, a physiological state in which your heart rhythm becomes smooth and ordered, and your brain waves follow. In this state, your intuition sharpens, your creativity blooms, and your body enters a mode of repair and regeneration. The ancient mystics knew this truth intuitively, and science is only now catching up. This is why practices that seem simple can feel so powerful. They are not superficial. They are deeply aligned with how your system is designed to operate. Albert Einstein said, "No problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it." When you're stressed, you are locked into the same patterns that created your struggles. But when you enter coherence through a reset like this, you rise to a higher level of consciousness where solutions emerge naturally. This is what makes this practice so transformative. In just 90 seconds, you shift your physiology, your brain chemistry, your electromagnetic field, and your consciousness. That's why I call it the quantum reset. It's a full system upgrade in under 2 minutes. And the more you repeat it, the faster your body learns. Soon you'll be able to drop into this state in seconds anywhere before a conversation, a presentation, or an important decision. It becomes your internal sanctuary, a reliable refuge you can access it with. Now let's deepen this experience. With your hand over your heart, imagine that your breath is flowing in and out through your chest. Visualize a soft glow of light in your heart space, growing brighter with each inhale. On each exhale, imagine that light spreading through your entire body, calming every cell, every nerve. Let your spine elongate as if this light is lifting you upward. As your nervous system settles, notice the subtle changes. Maybe your mind feels quieter, your energy more centered, your awareness sharper. This is not just relaxation. This is vibrational tuning. You are aligning your internal frequency with coherence, which is the signature the quantum field responds to most readily. Feel into the truth of this. Coherence is not something you create. It is your natural state. Stress, trauma, and fear pull you out of alignment. But practices like this return you to your original design. Each time you repeat this sequence, you're not only training your nervous system, you're clearing static from your energy field, dissolving patterns of tension that have been encoded in your body for years. This is why you may feel lighter, more expansive, and deeply connected after even one session. Your body is remembering what it feels like to be safe, present, and fully alive. Now imagine making this a daily ritual. 90 seconds in the morning before checking your phone. 90 seconds before an important meeting. 90 seconds before making a decision. The more you use it, the more powerful it becomes. Because your body learns to associate this breath, this posture, and this hand-over-heart gesture with calm confidence and connection. You are creating a neurological shortcut to presence, bypassing the mental chaos that so often keeps people stuck. This is the difference between those who live in reaction and those who create consciously. Conscious creators train their nervous systems to stay coherent, even when life becomes unpredictable. So here's what I want you to do. As you finish this breath cycle, open your eyes slowly and look around you. Notice the colors, the shapes, the sounds. Feel how your perception has shifted. The room hasn't changed, but your state has. And because your state has shifted, your reality feels different. This is how manifestation works. Not through forcing life to change, but by tuning yourself to a frequency where new possibilities become visible. You've just demonstrated that you can alter your physiology, your energy, and your awareness in less than 2 minutes. Imagine what's possible if you practice this every day. Anchor this feeling now. Say out loud, "I feel calm," and notice the truth of those words in your body. Even if a part of you feels resistance, your cells are listening, your neurons are firing, and your energy is aligning with those words. This is the power of intention paired with action. Thought becomes embodied reality. This simple practice, repeated daily, will change the way you respond to life, the way opportunities find you, and the way your dreams manifest. Not because of magic, but because of coherence, because of alignment, because of your choice to reprogram your system at the deepest level. You are no longer at the mercy of stress or chaos. You hold the reset button in your breath, in your posture, in your own hands. This is the foundation of all quantum creation. You are ready, you are aligned, and now you are fully present. Practice B. Microvision loop. Close your eyes now and allow yourself to step into a world that already exists in potential. A reality encoded within the quantum field that is waiting for your conscious attention to bring it forward. This next practice, the microvision loop, is where thought becomes experience. This isn't mere daydreaming. It is a neurological rehearsal designed to rewire your brain's predictive coding so that your desired future feels familiar. The brain is not designed to seek what is unfamiliar. It moves toward what feels safe and predictable. Right now, we are going to make your vision of the future feel safe, predictable, and inevitable. Take a deep breath in, hold it for a moment, and let your body settle. You are about to enter a new reality. Start by constructing one clear, vivid image in your mind. Choose a single moment that represents your desired outcome fully realized. Maybe you're holding the keys to your dream home, signing the deal for your business, standing on a stage, feeling love, or hearing news that changes your life. Don't just think about it, see it. Zoom in on the details, the color of the room, the way the light moves across the floor, the way people look at you, the texture of your clothes, the smell of the air. Make it so specific that your brain has no choice but to believe this is real. Your visual cortex is firing in the same way it would if you were physically seeing this moment right now, which means you are already training your brain to accept this as truth. Now add emotion. This is where the image becomes alive. Ask yourself, how does your body feel in this reality? Feel the rush of joy in your chest, the warmth in your belly, the expansion in your heart. Maybe there's a calm confidence that spreads through your spine, or an electric excitement that tingles in your fingertip. Emotions are biochemical signals, and when you pair them with imagery, your body doesn't know the difference between a vision and an actual experience. You're triggering the same chemical cascades that you would feel if this moment were happening now. Dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, all flowing through your system as if your dream is already here. This is the secret to manifestation. The future becomes magnetic when the body believes it has already arrived. Now add movement. Imagine yourself stepping forward in this vision. Maybe you extend your hand to shake someone else's. Maybe you smile with full authenticity. Maybe you take a single step into this reality with conviction. Movement integrates the vision into your motor cortex, creating muscle memory for a future that hasn't physically happened yet. Athletes use this technique to prime their bodies for peak performance. Astronauts use it to prepare for missions before ever leaving Earth. You are now using it to prepare your nervous system to receive your desires without resistance. When you reach, smile, or step, you are telling your brain and body, this is who I am now. This is where I live. This is the world I know. Now gently tap your fingertips together. A soft, deliberate this is your anchor, your micro signal to the subconscious that this vision is not just a thought, it is an embodied state. Every time you repeat this vision and end it with this tap, you are creating a neural association that binds the emotion, the image, and the movement together. This is called a Hebbian association. Neurons that fire together, wire together. Over time, this tap becomes a trigger. You'll be able to call up this empowered, coherent state instantly. Feel the resonance of this process. You have just completed a full sensory rehearsal of your future. And in doing so, you've shifted your entire system. The hippocampus, your brain's memory center, is consolidating this as a lived experience. The motor cortex is encoding the physical sensation of success. The emotional centers are bathing your body in the chemistry of joy and expansion. And your quantum field is broadcasting a frequency of coherence, sending a clear signal into the fabric of reality. You're no longer wishing for something to happen. You're embodying the version of yourself who already has it. This changes the timeline you walk on. The field doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to what you are. Let yourself linger here for a moment. Notice how your breathing has shifted, how your posture feels different, how your mind feels quieter yet more alert. Your nervous system is learning that this future is safe. That's essential, because the subconscious will not allow you to create a reality that feels unsafe or overwhelming. By making this vision familiar, you are dismantling the internal resistance that has been blocking you. You are literally rewiring your brain's predictive models. Instead of expecting struggle or uncertainty, your brain now expects success, connection, and alignment. The more you practice, the more your biology accepts this reality as the default, and your life begins to rearrange itself to match. This is not a trick or placebo effect. It's neuroscience. Studies on mental rehearsal show that the brain fires the same neural circuits whether you're performing an action physically or imagining it vividly. Elite musicians, athletes, and performers have used this principle for decades to achieve mastery. But here, we are combining that mental rehearsal with emotional encoding and physical anchoring, making it exponentially more powerful. When you bring in the energy field, when you consider that your heart emits an electromagnetic signal measurable several feet beyond your body, you realize that this practice isn't just internal, it's quantum. You're creating coherence between thought, feeling, and energy, and coherence is magnetic. This is why so many people struggle with manifestation. They visualize their dreams, but feel the opposite. Their nervous system doesn't believe what they're seeing, and so their signal is scrambled. But what you just practiced rewires that disconnect. You felt it. You moved in it. You anchored it. Your body and field now have a clear signal to follow, and reality will begin to align with that signal. This isn't mystical thinking, it's pattern recognition. Your brain filters out billions of pieces of information every second, and only shows you what matches your internal state. When your state changes, your perception changes. Suddenly, opportunities that were invisible appear. Ideas drop in. People show up. And because you've trained your body to feel safe in this vision, you'll be ready to say yes when they come. Pause here and take a deep breath. Notice how much more real this vision feels now than it did before we started. That's the point. Every repetition increases its vividness, strengthens the neural networks, and deepens the emotional association. You're not just imagining a dream, you're rehearsing a reality until it becomes as familiar as your current one. Your body is your unconscious mind, and when your body believes, the quantum field responds. Nikola Tesla once said, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." This practice is exactly that. You're not just thinking about your desires, you're embodying their frequency, radiating their vibration, and aligning your energy with their existence. That's why the microvision loop is so potent. It bypasses the analytical mind, communicates directly with your subconscious, and programs your energy field with precision. Now as you slowly open your eyes, hold on to this state. Notice how your body carries itself differently, how your breathing feels deeper, how your mind feels sharp. You've shifted your vibrational baseline in under 2 minutes. This is the power you carry every single day. You don't need hours of meditation or complex rituals to rewire your future. You just need a clear image, a felt sense of joy, a small movement to embody it, and a deliberate tap to anchor it. This is your new loop, your neurological code for creation. Each time you practice this, you're not just imagining, you're conditioning your entire system. You're teaching your nervous system that this future is safe, expected, and inevitable. You're creating a feedback loop between your inner state and your outer reality, and that loop becomes stronger with every repetition. This is the essence of quantum manifestation, a deliberate partnership between your biology, your consciousness, and the field of infinite potential that surrounds you. So make this your daily practice. Take 60 seconds in the morning or evening to run the loop. See it, feel it, move with it, tap to seal it. Watch how quickly your brain adapts, how your energy sharpens, and how your reality begins to reflect this internal shift. This is how you take control of your evolution. This is how you collapse timelines and live in resonance with your highest potential. The loop is simple, but its effects are profound. The future is not somewhere you're going. It's a frequency you're tuning into, and now you have the code. Practice C. The tiny action trifecta. This is the moment where energy becomes matter, where your inner alignment crystallizes into the physical world through deliberate action. You've cultivated coherence in your body and rewired your nervous system to expect success. Now it's time to translate that energetic precision into movement that reality cannot ignore. The truth is that manifestation is not magic. It's physics. Energy organizes matter, but only when that energy is consistently directed. Tiny, aligned actions are the conduits through which your vision flows into form. The mind often becomes trapped in grand planning, elaborate strategies, and endless to-do lists that only trigger overwhelm and paralysis. But the quantum field doesn't respond to your lists. It responds to your frequency, and your frequency stabilizes through embodied proof. When you choose one deliberate step each day, no matter how small, you're collapsing probability into reality. A single step can be the catalyst for 1,000 unseen shifts, because action is a signal to the brain and the field. This is who I am now. Here's what I want you to do. Today, choose one visible act that directly moves your vision forward. Send a message, schedule a call, click publish, open a door, or initiate a conversation. Something tangible, something real, something that announces to your nervous system and the universe that your intention has weight. The human brain thrives on closure. When you complete an action, you activate the brain's reward system, releasing dopamine and building momentum. This is how habits form, not through giant leaps, but through consistent signals that tell your subconscious you are safe and capable in this new identity. Neuroscience shows us that every time you take a small successful action, you strengthen a network of neurons associated with confidence, clarity, and follow-through. This means your future self isn't built in a single breakthrough moment, but in hundreds of micro-moments, where you demonstrate to yourself that you can be trusted to move. Now we amplify this with a sensory anchor. Choose a symbol or physical trigger you associate with aligned action. A ring you wear only when taking action, a tapping pattern you use before hitting send, or a specific gesture that tells your nervous system, this is the moment. By adding a sensory cue, you are bridging the conscious and subconscious mind, creating a habit loop that connects your emotional state with movement. Over time, this anchor will become an automatic switch, priming you for courage and clarity before you even act. This is neuroplasticity in action. You are wiring your brain to associate physical movement with empowerment, reducing hesitation and resistance. This step is essential because the subconscious is the gatekeeper of change, and it speaks in the language of repetition, association, and symbol. Your anchor becomes a private key, a neurological code that links thought and embodiment. Finally, create proof. This is where energy becomes undeniable. After completing your action, capture evidence of it. Take a screenshot, record a voice note, jot a brief entry in a log, not to track your worthiness but to remind your nervous system that you are not just dreaming, you are executing. This creates a positive reinforcement cycle, where seeing proof of your movement activates dopamine again, motivating you to take the next step. Momentum is not magic, it's biology. The brain craves evidence of success, and when you feed it proof daily, it shifts your baseline expectation from hesitation to certainty. This step solidifies your identity as a creator, not just a visionary, and over time your subconscious will stop doubting your ability to manifest because it will have daily undeniable evidence that you do. The power of this trifecta lies in its simplicity. You're not building a mountain of work, you're building a neural highway of momentum. One action, one anchor, one proof, repeated daily, creates an unstoppable feedback loop. Most people fail to manifest because they drown in mental noise, constantly trying to control outcomes before they're ready to take a single step. But quantum manifestation is not about predicting every detail. It's about aligning your inner frequency and then stepping forward in faith with physical movement that validates your belief. This is the energetic handshake between spirit and matter. When you act, you collapse infinite potential into a single outcome, and reality reorganizes itself to match your courage. This approach also hacks your nervous system's resistance. When you focus on taking one action instead of 10, the amygdala, the fear center of your brain, stays calm. Overwhelm is the enemy of momentum, but micro-actions bypass that defense mechanism. A simple phone call, a single tap of send, or opening a notebook becomes a neural victory that your brain celebrates. Add in your anchor, and you create a ritual that tells your subconscious, this is safe, this is who I am. This is why tiny actions are so powerful. They bypass the fight or flight response and make transformation feel effortless. Once you pair this with proof, you're not just hoping you'll change, you're training your biology to see the evidence that you already are. This is where manifestation becomes measurable. Instead of endlessly waiting for a sign, you become the sign. Every action you take is a signal broadcast into the quantum field that says, I'm available for this future. The universe responds not to wishful thinking but to resonance. And resonance is strengthened through repetition. The more often you step forward, the stronger your energetic signature becomes. And soon opportunities begin to gravitate toward you. What you call luck is often just a nervous system and a quantum field in coherence, aligning to attract what matches its signal. This is the deeper science of manifestation. Energy collapses into form when there is enough coherence and repetition to stabilize the signal. Albert Einstein famously said, "Nothing happens until something moves." This principle applies as much to quantum physics as it does to your life. The field of infinite possibilities is like a wave function, existing as pure potential until observed, and action is the ultimate observation. When you take a step, even a small one, you're collapsing possibility into reality. That's why tiny actions carry so much power. Each one is a decision that anchors you in your chosen timeline. They're small enough that your mind won't resist them, yet potent enough to create visible shifts in your reality. Pause for a moment and imagine your life 3 months from now if you applied this trifecta every day. That's roughly 90 actions, 90 anchors, 90 pieces of proof. That's 90 neural reinforcements that tell your brain and body that this new identity is not just a concept, but a lived truth. You would no longer be someone trying to manifest, you would be someone who manifests as a natural state of being. The field wouldn't have to guess your signal because it would be loud and consistent. This is how quantum transformation compounds, through simple, deliberate, and repeatable movement. There is profound liberation in this approach. You don't need to have every step mapped out, you only need to choose 3 micro moments each day that prove to yourself and the universe that you are serious. The truth is, massive dreams are built on microscopic decisions repeated with devotion. Your nervous system learns safety and strength through these choices, and your energy field learns stability. Together they create a reality that feels inevitable. Because in every breath, every tap, every piece of proof, you are embodying the vibration of your future self. You're no longer seeking alignment, you're living it in real time. So I invite you to begin now. Pick one action today. Anchor it with a symbol, a gesture or a tap. Capture proof that it happened. Repeat tomorrow. Repeat the day after. Watch how quickly your confidence builds, how your vision sharpens, and how synchronicities start appearing. This is not luck or coincidence. It is quantum precision. The tiny action trifecta is a discipline of resonance, a practice that bridges science and spirit, biology and energy, thought and matter. It is your key to moving out of waiting and into become. Manifestation is not a someday event. It is a rhythm, a frequency, a dance between intention and embodiment. And now with this trifecta, you hold the exact steps. Step into them, and you will see that your future has already begun. Heart field alignment. Close your eyes and bring your awareness to the space at the center of your chest. Place your hand there if you can, not to press but to connect, to feel. The heart is not just a pump, it is an electromagnetic powerhouse, broadcasting a field that extends several feet beyond your body. When you breathe into your heart, you're not only calming your nervous system, you're tuning your entire electromagnetic signature to a state of coherence, a frequency of harmony that magnetizes your desires instead of chasing them. Most people live with a scattered heart field, pulled by stress, fear, and urgency, their energy leaking outward in every direction. But when you come into heart alignment, that energy gathers, it stabilizes, and it begins to draw experiences to you like iron filings to a magnet. This is not just spiritual poetry, it's physics. The heart generates the strongest rhythmic electromagnetic signal in the body, and research by the Heart Math Institute has shown that when the heart and brain are in sync, your body operates at its highest level of intelligence. This practice is how you access that state now. Take a slow breath in for 4 counts, feeling the breath flow directly into your chest, as if your heart itself is inhaling. Hold it for a brief moment at the top, then exhale for 6 counts, longer than your inhale, signaling your nervous system to drop into safety. Do this again. Inhale, hold, and exhale slowly. With every breath, your heart rate variability is adjusting, creating a coherent rhythm that tells your entire system, I am safe, I am here, I am open. By the 3rd breath, your body begins to release tension. By the 4th, your mind softens. By the 5th and 6th, your electromagnetic field is syncing with this calm rhythm. You are literally shifting your baseline frequency, pulling yourself out of survival mode and into creation mode. This is where manifestation becomes magnetic. Now bring to mind one simple thing you are grateful for. Not something massive or abstract, but something small and real. Maybe it's the sound of rain, a smile from a stranger, the warmth of sunlight on your face, or a single moment of laughter. Let that image fill your mind, then allow your body to feel it fully. Gratitude is one of the fastest ways to align your emotional state with abundance, because your brain cannot distinguish between gratitude for something you already have and gratitude for something arrived. It just knows the signal. I am safe. I am fulfilled. I am receiving. As you breathe in, imagine that gratitude expanding through your chest, lighting up your entire heart. As you exhale, see that light radiate outward, extending several feet around you, filling the space you're in. You are charging your electromagnetic field with coherence and gratitude, broadcasting a frequency that literally changes how the world responds to you. This is the power of the heart. It speaks a language beyond words, a language of rhythm and resonance. Studies have shown that the heart sends more signals to the brain than the brain sends to the heart. This means that your emotional state, which is directly tied to your heart's rhythm, influences your thoughts far more than your thoughts influence your emotion. If your heart is incoherent, your thinking will be scattered. If your heart is aligned, your thinking becomes clear, intuitive, and focused. By taking just 90 seconds to breathe in this rhythm, you are resetting your entire biofield and nervous system, creating a calm, confident state that allows you to receive guidance and take aligned action effortlessly. You are training your body to live in trust instead of fear, magnetism instead of effort. Most of us have been conditioned to chase our desires, to push harder, work longer, and force results. But this is a lower frequency pattern that only reinforces the feeling of lack. When you are in coherence, your field shifts from grasping to attracting. People feel it. Opportunities feel it. The quantum field responds to it. You become a beacon, not a beggar. The alignment of your heart field is what draws synchronicities, ideas, and people into your life, often in ways that logic could never orchestrate. This is the true art of manifestation. It's not about thinking harder or visualizing longer, but about embodying the emotional state of having already arrived. Imagine for a moment that your breath is a tuning fork, striking a perfect note that vibrates through every cell in your body. With each inhale, you are harmonizing your internal frequencies, and with each exhale you are sending that harmony into the field. Every living being is sensitive to energy, whether consciously or unconsciously, and when your field is coherent, you naturally influence the space around you. This is why leaders who embody calm and presence can shift an entire room without saying a word. You are cultivating that level of presence right now, breath by breath, heartbeat by heartbeat. Feel the difference between this state and where you were just moments ago. Notice how your body feels heavier yet lighter, grounded yet expanded. Your mind is no longer racing forward. It's still alert, receptive. The practice you are experiencing is simple, but its effects are profound. Just 6 slow breaths and a moment of gratitude can change your biochemistry, regulate your hormones, and amplify your energy field. When practiced daily, this becomes a reset button for your entire life, a way to step out of chaos and into alignment at will. Over time, this coherence becomes your default state, and manifestation stops feeling like something you do and becomes something that happens through you. This is not just a meditation technique, it is a reprogramming tool. Each time you bring your awareness to your heart and pair it with gratitude, you are teaching your nervous system to prefer peace over stress, trust over fear. You're training your subconscious to operate from a state of abundance rather than scarcity, and because your subconscious mind governs 95% of your daily thoughts and actions, this shift will ripple into every area of your life. What you magnetize externally is a mirror of what you radiate internally, and the heart is your most powerful transmitter. Carl Jung once said, "Your vision will become clear only when you look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awake." This is the essence of heart-field alignment. When you align your energy here, clarity comes not through overthinking but through attunement. You wake up to your inner wisdom, to the subtle guidance that was always available but drowned out by stress and noise. Your heart is not only a physical organ but a gateway to a deeper intelligence, one that connects you to the quantum field where all possibilities exist. Let yourself stay in this frequency for a few more breaths. Allow the sensation of gratitude to expand until it feels like your entire body is glowing, See your heart as a radiant sun pulsing with magnetic power, its energy extending outward, attracting what is meant for you and repelling what is not. You are not reaching for your desires. You are drawing them in. You are not forcing outcomes. You are resonating with them. This is the shift from effort to flow, from scarcity to abundance, from fear to magnetism. This is where true manifestation begins, not with a thought, but with a frequency. As you gently open your eyes, notice how this state lingers. The world around you feels different because you are different. You've altered your frequency and reality must respond. This coherence can become your baseline, your home frequency, the place you return to every time life feels chaotic or heavy. Breathe here often, live here, act from here, because when your heart is in alignment, your entire field becomes a magnet for everything that matches your highest truth. This is your power and it has always been within you. Now you know how to turn it on. 7-minute daily protocol. Codified routine. 7 minutes can rewrite the story of your day, and over time, the story of your entire life. The mind loves complexity, but transformation is built through elegant simplicity. What I'm about to guide you through is not just a routine, it's a neural circuit map, a quantum ritual, and a field recalibration all condensed into a single daily practice. When you commit to these 7 minutes, you're doing more than meditating or planning. You're encoding new neural pathways, strengthening synaptic networks that favor clarity, alignment, and forward momentum. In neuroscience, repetition is the gateway to mastery. Every time you activate the same sequence, the brain reduces resistance and the body integrates a new baseline. This is how you make change feel natural instead of forced. You are training your nervous system to anticipate coherence in action as your new default setting. The first minute is your quantum reset, a precise entry point that signals to the body and brain, we are safe, we are present, we are ready. The body responds quickly to pattern recognition, and when you repeat a somatic cue like box breathing or heart touch anchoring, it begins to associate these actions with calm and readiness. This creates a conditioned reflex. The moment you take your seat and begin the breath pattern, your parasympathetic nervous system activates almost instantly. That is the power of neuroplasticity. Through repetition, you compress the time it takes to access optimal states. By the end of this first minute, you have already shifted out of the chaos of external demands and into the driver's seat of your inner reality. The second minute invites the microvision loop, a powerful sensory rehearsal technique that blends imagery, emotion, and movement. Neuroscience confirms that mental imagery activates many of the same neural circuits as physical execution, particularly in the motor cortex and cerebellum. When you see yourself performing a desired action with vivid clarity, your brain encodes it as a memory before it even happens. Add emotion and you activate the amygdala and hippocampus, deepening the memory trace. Add movement, even something as small as a gesture or a step, and you create embodied belief. Your body begins to expect this outcome. It feels real, achievable, and familiar. This is why elite athletes visualize their performance over and over. It primes their nervous system to respond as though success is inevitable. You are applying this same principle to your manifestations, turning thought into a felt reality. In the third minute, you move into heart-field alignment, a practice that integrates physiology, consciousness, and quantum resonance. Your heart's electromagnetic field extends well beyond your physical body, and when you bring your attention here, you're influencing not just your internal state, but your external interaction. Slow, intentional breaths create a coherent rhythm in your heart rate variability, which signals safety to the brainstem and reduces cortisol levels. Gratitude amplifies this effect, infusing your field with a vibrational signature that draws resonance-based opportunities toward you. At this moment, your energy is magnetic. You are no longer reacting to your environment, you are shaping it. This minute is where the science of the body meets the intelligence of the field, demonstrating that your inner alignment has a measurable, external impact. The next 3 minutes transition you from internal alignment to external action. This is where you embody the principle that intention without movement is stagnation. Write down 3 micro-actions, small, specific steps that can be completed in minutes. This is not about grand plans, this is about momentum. Neuroscience shows that every completed action releases dopamine, reinforcing confidence and motivation. By shrinking the size of your actions, you bypass the brain's resistance to change and establish a rhythm of follow-through. These actions become proof points for your subconscious, evidence that your goals are not distant possibilities but unfolding realities. Over time, these tiny moves create a domino effect, collapsing the gap between vision and manifestation. As you commit to these 3 actions, Take note of the energy that rises when you choose progress over perfection. You are literally teaching your nervous system that movement feels good, that momentum is natural, and that change is safe. This is critical because most resistance to transformation comes not from lack of desire but from subconscious associations with discomfort. By celebrating each small win, you rewire your brain's response to growth, turning it into a source of pleasure rather than fear. This is how change becomes sustainable. The final minute is your anchor point. Tap lightly at a chosen spot on your body, a fingertip, a knuckle, a wrist, and pair that tactile cue with a powerful affirmation. This simple act encodes your state of alignment into your somatic memory, giving you a physical switch to return to this frequency anytime you need it. Anchoring is a principle rooted in both neuro-linguistic programming and behavioral neuroscience. When you pair a stimulus with a strong internal state repeatedly, the stimulus itself becomes enough to evoke the state. Over days and weeks, this tap becomes a trigger for focus, confidence, and clarity, allowing you to access this elevated energy instantly, even in stressful moments. 7 minutes. That's all it takes to retrain your brain's default settings and align your energy field with your desired reality. The power is not just in what you do but in the fact that you do it consistently. Every day you repeat this protocol, you strengthen the neural networks that favor coherence and confidence. By day 7 you'll notice a shift. Tasks feel easier, your focus sharpens, and synchronicities appear more frequently. By day 21, the habit has begun to hardwire itself, creating a self-sustaining loop, where your mind, body, and energy field anticipate alignment as your natural state. This is how you reprogram yourself, not through willpower but through rhythm, consistency, and intention. Think of this daily practice as a sacred container that holds your future self. You are no longer waking up and reacting to life. You are entering a calibrated frequency that primes you for creation. The brain loves efficiency, and with enough repetition, it will choose these pathways automatically. When this happens, manifestation feels effortless, because your physiology and consciousness are no longer at war. They are aligned, synchronized, and working in harmony. This is why rituals matter. They are not empty habits. They are neural maps. They are evidence to your subconscious mind that you are safe, capable, and already embodying the future you desire. 7 minutes is short enough to be sustainable, yet potent enough to create measurable change. In the quantum field, consistency is a signal. Every day you show up, you broadcast a message. I am ready. I am aligned. I am magnetic. The field responds not just to what you think, but to the coherence of your energy, and this practice is your tuning fork. You are no longer searching for alignment. You are training your system to live in it. These 7 minutes become your anchor in the storm, your compass when you feel lost, your calibration point before you act. It's not about adding more complexity to your day. It's about creating a single powerful sequence that makes everything else flow. Over time, this ritual becomes so ingrained that skipping it feels like forgetting to breathe. That's when you know it has become part of your identity. Albert Einstein said, "We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them." This 7-minute protocol rewires your thinking, not by forcing change but by embodying it. Each breath, vision, heartbeat, and action is a signal to your brain and field. This is who I am now. The power of this work is not in how complicated it is but in how consistently you choose to step into it. Imagine your life 90 days from now if you commit to these 7 minutes daily. You'll no longer be negotiating with procrastination, because action will feel natural. You won't be chasing clarity, because your heart and mind will already be tuned to it. Your field will begin pulling opportunities, connections, and resources toward you, because that's what coherent energy does. You will be living in alignment rather than seeking it, and this alignment will influence not only your choices but the very fabric of your reality. So begin today. Take 7 minutes to claim your frequency, to train your nervous system, to reprogram your subconscious, and to broadcast a new signal into the field. You're not just practicing a habit. You're constructing a neural and energetic architecture that makes transformation inevitable. Every breath, every visualization, every tap of your anchor is another brick in this structure. And soon, you will find yourself living inside the reality you once imagined, because you built it 7 minutes at a time. Calibration and troubleshooting. Calibration is the secret art of mastery. Most people mistake momentary friction for failure, abandoning practices that are actually working beneath the surface simply because they don't feel instant gratification. But you are not here for surface results. You are here for quantum transformation. And transformation requires an adaptive mind. What I want you to understand is this. When things feel like they're stalling, It's not proof that you're broken or that manifestation doesn't work. It's simply your nervous system testing thresholds, integrating new circuits, and recalibrating. The mind is a prediction machine. It constantly maps expectations against reality. And when it encounters something new, whether it's a desired goal or a new habit, it experiences prediction error. This is natural. This is growth. This is the exact moment when your system is learned. If you give up, you rob yourself of the opportunity to let your brain rewire. Instead, you adjust, refine, and signal to your body and mind that this new reality is safe to inhabit. This is why troubleshooting is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of deep alignment. Now, you're learning to dance with your own neurobiology rather than push against it. When your practice feels heavy or your actions slip, don't panic. Instead, shift one variable and watch the system respond. Shorten your visualization. You don't need 5 minutes of mental imagery to program your mind. Even 30 seconds of precise, emotionally charged vision can carve neural grooves. Neuroscience shows us that condensed, focused practice is often more effective than long, unfocused effort. Your brain thrives on specificity, not duration. Sometimes less is more because the mind is more likely to encode information when it's delivered in sharp, potent bursts. If shortening doesn't work, change your anchor. If you've been using a fingertip tap to access your elevated state, switch to a breath cue, a soft hum on the inhale, a whispered affirmation on the exhale. This simple switch reawakens novelty in your nervous system, which is one of the fastest ways to reset learning. Novelty is a powerful ingredient in neuroplasticity. When the brain encounters something unexpected, it releases neuromodulators like dopamine and acetylcholine, which enhance focus and retention. By introducing even a tiny change, you reignite the system's interest and reinforce the state you're trying to anchor. Another recalibration method is to dramatically reduce your action plan for a single day. Choose one micro-action, something so small it feels almost laughable, and commit to it fully. This is not about lowering your standards, but about regaining momentum. Momentum is the currency of transformation, and even one small step signals to your subconscious that progress is happening. This is especially important when your nervous system is overwhelmed. Overwhelm leads to paralysis, but shrinking your goal down to a single achievable task tells your body and mind that movement is safe. Over time, these micro-actions accumulate into massive shifts, but only if you allow yourself to keep moving, even slowly. This process is deeply rooted in both neuroscience and quantum principles. From a neurological perspective, each adjustment reduces cognitive load and allows your prefrontal cortex to re-engage without the fog of stress. From a quantum perspective, you're signaling to the field that you remain committed to your intention despite temporary fluctuation. The universe responds to consistency of signal, not intensity of emotion. You can be calm, even neutral, and still attract what you desire if your actions, energy, and belief are harmonized. Calibration is proof of your mastery because it shows you understand this is not about chasing emotion but embodying frequency. Many seekers fail, not because they lack power, but because they misinterpret resistance. Resistance is feedback, not failure. Your nervous system is designed to resist change. Its priority is survival, not fulfillment. This is why you must approach this work with compassion. You're not fighting against yourself. You're reparenting your nervous system, teaching it that newness is safe. Imagine your mind as a child learning to walk. You wouldn't scold a child for falling. You'd celebrate every step, every attempt, every moment of progress. Treat yourself the same way. When you stumble, that's when your deepest programming is rewriting. That's when you lean in, adjust, and rise. This adaptability is also the foundation of emotional resilience. True mastery isn't about being in a perfect state all the time. It's about being able to return to alignment quickly and consistently. If your visualization feels dull one day, you adapt. If your energy feels low, you simplify. If your rituals lose potency, you tweak. The ritual is not sacred because it is rigid. It is sacred because it evolves with you. Quantum work is alive. It breathes. It grows as you grow. This is why calibration is a skill that separates those who dabble from those who embody. The field does not respond to perfection. It responds to coherence, and coherence is built through flexibility, not force. When you integrate this approach, you stop fearing plateaus. A plateau is not stagnation, it is consolidation. This is when your brain is strengthening pathways, stabilizing your new identity before it expands again. In fitness, muscles grow stronger during rest, not during the workout itself. In manifestation, the same principle applies. Your mind and body need time to integrate changes before they reveal visible results. Calibration helps you honor this cycle instead of abandoning the process prematurely. When results seem invisible, trust that they are happening beneath the surface. This trust is not blind faith. It is an understanding of how your biology and energy operate. Nikola Tesla said, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." Calibration is the art of tuning your frequency with precision. You are a transmitter, and your thoughts, emotions, and actions broadcast a signal into the quantum field. When you feel stuck, you are not broken. You are simply broadcasting on a slightly distorted channel. Adjust the dial, change one detail, shift one cue, light returns. The field responds. It always does. Here's what I want you to anchor into your body right now. Progress is not linear. The nervous system rewires in waves, with bursts of growth followed by periods of stabilization. The field responds in patterns, not straight lines. Your job is not to control these cycles, but to remain present within them. This is why the smallest tweak can reignite your entire system. A 30-second vision, a breath with a hum, a single action completed with intention. These tiny adjustments ripple out, sending new signals to your neural circuits and your energy field. Over time, this consistency turns your practice into a living organism, one that evolves with you as your consciousness expands. So, the next time you feel resistance, smile at it. Recognize it as evidence that your brain is encountering the unknown and mapping a new reality. Choose one adjustment. Keep your energy steady. Watch how quickly your system recalibrates. What you are building is not fragile. It is resilient, adaptable, and intelligent. You are not failing, you are evolving. Each moment of resistance is an invitation to refine your craft, to deepen your understanding of your own mind-body connection, and to anchor into your power with even greater precision. In this way, troubleshooting becomes a spiritual practice. It teaches humility, patience, and mastery. It reminds you that the process is alive, and that your role is to listen, adjust, and embody. The rituals, techniques, and protocols you use are not fixed. They are tools that respond to your awareness. And when you bring this level of attention to your journey, manifestation ceases to be a mystical guessing game and becomes a clear, actionable process. You are no longer waiting for the universe to deliver. You are actively shaping your frequency, moment by moment. Understand this: calibration is not about lowering your vision, it's about raising your precision. When you learn to make micro-adjustments with grace, you access a state of unwavering power because nothing can knock you off your path. You no longer need perfect conditions or ideal circumstances to stay in alignment. You've trained your nervous system to return to coherence quickly, and that makes you magnetic no matter what. This is the essence of mastery. Not rigid control but fluid adaptability. The field favors those who can hold steady while adjusting with ease. So take this into your practice. The next time you feel stuck, ask yourself not, "What's wrong with me?" but "What's one small tweak I can make right now?" Maybe you shorten the visualization. Maybe you switch your anchor. Maybe you choose just one action to complete today. These are not signs of weakness. They are signs of wisdom. Your energy is recalibrating. Your brain is learning. Your field is responding. And as you commit to this adaptability, you will discover that manifestation is not a test of perfection but a dance of precision. And you, my friend, are becoming a master of the dance. The 72-hour micro-experiment. Here's how you can approach your next step in manifestation. The 72-hour micro-experiment. This is where theory becomes proof, where curiosity turns into data, and where belief is built not from reading or imagining but from real measurable experience. I want you to understand that transformation doesn't require months of waiting or years of spiritual study. It requires focus, repetition, and feedback. Over the next 72 hours, you will act like a scientist of your own life, gathering evidence that the system works specifically for you. You'll run an experiment so short, so precise, that resistance and doubt have no room to dominate. You will witness cause and effect in real time, and your nervous system will encode this proof as certainty. This is the fastest route to shifting belief because the body and mind respond to repeated, concrete experience more reliably than to theory or persuasion. Start by selecting one clear intention. Make it a single sentence, simple and specific. The brain thrives on clarity, and your field resonates most strongly with unambiguous signals. For example, instead of saying "I want more abundance," frame it as "I am receiving one new opportunity aligned with my work each day." The precision of language is the first step in encoding the neural and energetic expectation. Your subconscious mind, which does not interpret ambiguity well, needs this clarity. The quantum field, similarly responds more coherently to a signal that has focus rather than scatter. By defining this single measurable intention, you're setting a control variable for your experiment, something you can observe and track over the next 3 days. Next, you will run the 7-minute daily protocol without skipping a single session. Each 7-minute cycle is a condensed neural and energetic upgrade. Start with your quantum reset, allowing your nervous system to shift into a baseline of coherence and readiness. Move through the microvision loop, creating a vivid sensory rehearsal of your intention, linking image, emotion, and small physical rehearsal. Step into heart field alignment, breathing into your chest, cultivating gratitude, and elevating your vibrational baseline. Complete the tiny action planning with one micro-action committed for the day. Anchor the state with your chosen gesture or affirmation. By following the full protocol daily, you are consistently broadcasting a coherent signal to both your nervous system and the quantum field. Repetition over these 72 hours builds synaptic priming in the brain, reinforcing the pathway from intention to action, from thought to manifestation. Simultaneously, each day you will perform the one chosen micro-action that directly embodies your intention. This step is critical. Energy alone will not collapse probability into form. Your aligned action acts as a measurement, an observation that signals to your brain and to the field that this intention is real, possible, and already underway. It's a physical proof that anchors your neural circuits and your biofield in a tangible reality. Small actions are disproportionately powerful because they bypass resistance. The nervous system does not need grand gestures to encode success. It only needs consistent, reliable signals that say, I am capable, I am aligned, I am moving forward. Over 72 hours, the repetition of this micro-action amplifies neural momentum and validates your energetic signal. Now you will log your observations each day. Note 3 things: your energy level on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 synchronicity that occurred, and 1 tangible outcome, something that confirms movement toward your goal. This is where belief becomes measurable. As you track these micro-wins, your nervous system begins to encode a pattern of success, reinforcing confidence and motivation. Synchronicities, subtle confirmations from the environment, are your external feedback loop, while energy ratings provide internal feedback. Together, they give you a comprehensive picture of how your nervous system and field are responding to your practice. This step also trains your mind in scientific observation. You become an impartial witness to your own transformation, reducing doubt and increasing clarity. By the end of day 3, you will compare your state and your results to day 1. This comparison is the proof point. Has your clarity increased? Has at least one micro-win occurred? Has a new idea, connection, or opportunity presented itself? These are the measurable outputs that turn theory into evidence. Neuroscience tells us that repeated internal states, reinforced by action and feedback, create long-term potentiation, stronger synaptic connections that make the desired patterns habitual. Quantum physics teaches that observation collapses probability into reality. By combining these principles in a micro-experiment, you create a loop where consciousness, nervous system, and field align, giving you rapid confirmation that your method works. Notice how different this feels from traditional manifestation advice. There is no vague hope, no magical thinking, no waiting for unknown forces. Instead, you are applying a precise, repeatable, and measurable process. Your mind, body, and field are given clear instructions. Feedback is gathered, and adjustments can be made immediately if needed. This is empowerment through action. It is a full embodiment of the principle that science and spirit are not opposing forces, but complementary tools for creating reality. You are becoming both the experimenter and the experiment, the observer and the observed. There is also a psychological effect here that cannot be overstated. Micro-experiments build belief faster than theory ever could. The subconscious does not trust promises, it trusts evidence. By seeing results, even small, incremental ones, you prove to your brain that this system works. Resistance softens, skepticism diminishes, and confidence grows. This is why 72 hours is enough to initiate a meaningful shift. The neural and energetic feedback loops are short-circuited, giving you immediate reinforcement and a strong foundation to continue building. Remember, it is not the magnitude of the outcomes that matters in this experiment. It is the consistency and coherence of your engagement. One micro-win is sufficient if it is repeated and logged, because the nervous system and field do not require perfection. They require reliable signal. Each day of participation strengthens pathways, amplifies your energy, and signals your commitment to your own growth. After just 3 days, the internal calibration you experience will provide both clarity and confidence that you are capable of directing your life intentionally. The brilliance of this approach is that it transforms belief from something abstract into something tangible. You are no longer hoping that manifestation works. You are testing it as a scientist, gathering data in your own life, and learning directly from the system. By actively participating, you bypass the need for external validation. Your nervous system, biofield, and the quantum field itself become collaborators in your experiment, producing feedback that is immediate, personal, and precise. You are creating a feedback-rich environment that trains your brain to expect alignment and your field to deliver it. As you continue this process, reflect on the simple truth that each micro-experiment reinforces the principle that transformation is accessible, measurable, and reproducible. You are building evidence of your own capacity to create, and with every 72-hour cycle your confidence strengthens. This is not luck. This is calibration, repetition, and alignment in action. The clarity you gain is not just mental. It is physiological, energetic, and experiential. Bruce Lipton said, "Your beliefs control your biology, and your biology creates your reality." The 72-hour micro-experiment is the bridge between belief and reality. By structuring a repeatable, measurable loop, you align your mind, body, and energy to receive proof that your intention is achievable. The brain registers success, the nervous system encodes it, and the field begins to respond. By treating your life as a laboratory and yourself as a conscious experimenter, you take responsibility for the outcomes and remove reliance on external circumstances. So start today. Choose your single intention. Commit to the 7-minute daily protocol. Perform your micro-action. Log your energy, synchronicities, and tangible outcomes. Repeat tomorrow. Repeat the next day. By the end of 72 hours, you will have your first empirical evidence that quantum manifestation is not theory. It is a repeatable, verifiable, and deeply personal reality. Treat it as a micro-hypothesis. Test it, observe it, and let the results guide your next iteration. 3 days is all it takes to awaken your confidence, shift your neural patterns, and prove to yourself that you are capable of consciously creating the life you desire. This is the power of a fast feedback loop, the foundation of belief, momentum, and real-world transformation. You are now both the scientist and the miracle. 3 days to a new hypothesis, and your life begins to respond. Closing transmission and call to embodiment. Take a moment and settle into your body. Feel your feet on the floor, the weight of your seat grounding you into this present moment. The quantum isn't some distant abstract force. It's right here, woven into the fabric of your nervous system, your energy field, and your conscious choice. What I'm inviting you to do now is to embody that power, not tomorrow, not later, but in this very minute. To feel it, anchor it, and carry it into your life. We are going to engage in a live, high-frequency sequence that takes less than a minute, but delivers a profound shift. This is your closing transmission, not as a lecture, but as a direct activation, a calibration of your nervous system and field to a state of coherence, clarity, and alignment. I want you to understand that embodiment is not something theoretical. It is a practice, a measurable, physiological, energetic state that you can touch, feel, and confirm before this video ends. Start with the quantum reset. Sit tall, feet grounded, spine elongated. Draw in a slow inhale for 4 counts. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Pause for 4. Repeat this 3 times. Each breath is a signal to your autonomic nervous system that it is safe to shift into parasympathetic activation, the state where creation flows effortlessly. With every exhale, imagine stress and doubt leaving your body. With every inhale, feel clarity, alignment, and possibility entering. On the last exhale, place your right hand over your heart and silently name one feeling. I feel coherent. This micro-ritual is not symbolic. It is physiological. The vagus nerve is stimulated, heart rate variability harmonizes, and your nervous system recognizes that this is a moment of safety, presence, and readiness. You are planting a seed that the field can respond to, and your body confirms it instantly. Now move into the microvision. Close your eyes and bring to mind one clear image of what you intend to manifest. Something that excites your senses. See it as if it's already here. Notice colors, textures, the light, and subtle movements. Couple this vision with feeling. What does it feel like in your body to live this reality? Let a small smile form, a subtle shift of posture, or even a tiny hand gesture. These physical cues engage your motor cortex and deepen encoding in the hippocampus. Neuroscience tells us that coupling mental imagery with emotion and motor rehearsal accelerates learning and embodiment. This is where your mind, body, and field converge. The image becomes a template for your neural circuits and your biofield to follow. Feel the coherence building. Feel the anticipation of possibility. not as hope, but as a present reality. Finally, bring the sequence home with a tap, a micro anchor that binds the elevated state into your somatic memory. Lightly tap your fingertip against your chosen spot, perhaps your chest, your wrist, or your hand, while affirming silently or aloud, "I am aligned, I am present, I am magnetic." This tactile cue becomes a trigger for coherence that you can access anytime, anywhere. Neuroscience demonstrates that when you pair a specific physical action with a strong internal state repeatedly, the cue alone can recreate the state. You are not waiting for circumstances to change. You are training your system to generate the field of possibility internally. You are literally turning your body into a conduit for quantum alignment. As you do this, notice the shift in your energy. Observe any subtle rise, a lightness, a sense of focus, or an expanded field around you. The body always confirms the mind's signal. The field always mirrors coherent attention. You are participating in a live experiment of manifestation, observing the feedback loop in real time. This is not abstract theory. It is applied neuroscience, biofield activation, and quantum alignment converging in a simple, repeatable practice. Your nervous system, heart field, and conscious intention are all signaling the same thing: readiness, clarity, and alignment with your highest possibility. Now, I invite you to take one more step. Share your experience. Type 3 words in the comments that describe how you feel right now. This is more than engagement. It is social proof, a mirror of your own energetic state, reflected back to you and to the community. The act of naming your internal state enhances neural encoding, anchoring the shift you just created. When you verbalize or write your experience, you are strengthening synaptic pathways that link attention, intention, and embodiment. This is how small, immediate actions amplify internal transformation. In just under 60 seconds, your nervous system has moved from baseline to a state of readiness, your field has become coherent, and your intention has been planted with clarity and focus. You are not waiting for external validation. You are validating it internally. The quantum is not distant. It is accessible, measurable, and practical. By practicing this sequence, you have created a template that can be repeated anytime you need alignment. You now carry a tool that integrates neuroscience, consciousness, and energetic precision. This is the essence of quantum manifestation: simplicity, repetition, and alignment. Einstein reminded us, the significant problems we face cannot be solved at the same level of thinking we were at when we created them. Right now you are operating at a higher level of consciousness. You are not thinking about manifestation, you are living it. You are not wishing, you are observing, embodying, and anchoring it into your system. You have bridged theory and practice in a direct, tangible, and high-frequency way. Your nervous system knows it, your biofield confirms it, your conscious mind aligns with it. This is embodiment in its purest, most practical form. Before you close this session, make a promise to yourself that every day, in small, deliberate moments, you will activate this protocol. Whether you have 30 seconds or 7 minutes, the principle remains the same: reset, envision, tap. The consistent repetition of this micro-practice will shape your neural architecture, elevate your vibrational baseline, and align your field with your intention. It's not about grand gestures. It's about precise, coherent, repeatable actions that your system can recognize and trust. Feel the difference in your body right now. Notice the rise in energy, the clarity in thought, the subtle confidence that emerges when mind, heart, and field align. You are living proof that quantum manifestation is not complicated, mystical, or inaccessible. It is simple, reproducible, and alive. You are the experimenter, the participant, and the observer. You are the field and the consciousness directing it. Carry this activation forward. Know that every moment of attention, every micro-action, every anchored feeling is a signal to the universe and your own system that you are committed to your highest alignment. The quantum isn't distant, it's a simple protocol away. Try it now, see it, feel it, tap it, and notice the transformation beginning in real time as your mind, body, and field converge into coherent, activated possibility. You are not leaving this video the same as when you enter. You are now a living transmission of the work, carrying it into your day, into your life, and into every interaction that follows.